Hi, I'm Caspian from Strumming, and today we're going to learn how to play Stand By Me on guitar. We are going to learn the song in the key of G, but if you ever want to play along to the recording by Ben E. King, then just put a capo in the 2nd fret. We're very lucky because the song only requires 4 chords: G, E minor, C, and D. Now let's start with the G chord. You can play with 3 fingers like that. That's the most common way. But you can also play with your ring finger in the 3rd fret of the 1st string and just play that one and strum the bottom 4 strings. This is if you can't quite make that stretch yet. We'll just focus on the G chord for now as you learn the strum pattern. Now I'm going to use Your Friend and Mine because it keeps us in time, the metronome, to be our guide. Our strumming pattern for this song is a little bit tricky. As you can see, we've got a down strum on the 1 and on the and of 2. That's what this plus after the number 2 is. We've also got taps on beats 2 and 4, so it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Make sure that you're not strumming on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and because that's not syncopated. We need to be on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this exercise will really help you learn how to strum off the beat in a syncopated strumming pattern. Let's try that again at 70 beats per minute, just on the G chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's add this first tap here. You'll notice that the taps are on beats 2 and 4. And to tap the strings, all we're going to do is we can just, if you're strumming with your thumb down like I am, you can just have a loosely closed fist over the strings like this. If you're strumming with the back of your fingernails, then you can just tap this part of the guitar with an open hand. And remember, you want to be loosey-goosey. Here we go, let's try that again. I'll make it at 60 beats per minute once more, and we're going to add just the first tap like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down and tap, down 3 and 4 and down and tap, down 3 and 4 and down and tap, down 3 and 4 and great work. Finally, let's try it one more time with that 2nd tap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down and tap, down 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we've got all the elements we need to play our song. Next, we're going to have a look at the E minor chord with our 2 fingers there, and we're going to have a look at this C chord. Now there's an easier way of doing the C chord, which is with your pointer finger in the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and your middle finger goes to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And we're not going to worry about that 3rd finger if you can't reach it, but normally we put our ring finger in the 3rd fret of the 5th string as well. And of course we also have the D chord, which is just these 3 fingers here. I like to think of it like holding a bowling ball. That's the kind of shape you've got, and we're just going to strum the bottom 4 strings for the D chord. And the structure that we're going to follow is 2 bars of G, 2 bars of E minor, 1 bar of C, 1 bar of D, and 2 bars of G again, and then that repeats. Now when we say 2 bars of G, it doesn't mean 2 strums and 2 taps. It actually means 2 lots of this whole bar. So it'll be 4 strums and 4 taps in total. Let's try it 60 beats per minute again, starting on the G chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and stop. Now we're going to change the E minor chord. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. First time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second time. 1 and 2 and 3 and stop. Good. good. Now let's go to the C chord, just one bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and stop. Good. And finally, one bar of the D chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Now I'd actually recommend pausing the video and trying that through a few times by yourself before we try it again all together without the pause between chord changes. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G again. 1 and 2 and 3. E minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. C. 1 and 2 and 3 going to D. 1 and 2 and 3 going to G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. G again with the night. 1 and 2 and 3 has come. 1 and 2 and 3 E minor. 1 and 2 and the land is dark. 1 and 2 and 3 change to C and the moon. 2 and 3 D is the only light will G. C and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. Great. Now all that's left to do is to play it a little bit faster. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling. And the chorus actually has exactly the same chords as the verse. And that's all for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed yourself and enjoyed the challenge, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.